Good morning. Welcome on another little walk around the park. There's something refreshing about getting up early and getting out. Getting into nature a little bit, walking around. Last time we were together, we talked about what you see in the morning when you look in the mirror, and kind of affirming to yourself or saying out loud that you like what you see in the mirror, that you're strong, that you're capable, and that you're ready to tackle anything the world has to offer you. And that's important. It seems a little hokey, but it actually does work well. And choosing the path that you're on and choosing your path wisely are things that you can control. And there are certain things in life that require absolutely no talent and no skill. And those are things like being on time, being committed to your tasks in life, being ready and being prepared. Those three simple things go a long way to helping you accomplish your life's mission. You need to decide what your mission is going to be, but I think being on time, being committed, and being prepared really help you and really set your mind up for the task so that you're ready to do anything. The other thing that's important as you attempt to plan out your life's mission and accomplish it is not to get trapped. And there are things, we talked a little bit about them in the first video. There are things that trap you. There are things that keep you poor. The biggest thing that keeps you poor is keeping up with the Joneses. Social media has taken that concept to a whole new level. On social media, on Instagram especially, what you see are people creating content and trying to convince you that they're leading these exciting, glamorous lifestyles of the rich and famous. And they're wearing $1,000 t-shirts and driving $200,000 cars and living in $50 million houses. Unfortunately, I'm here to tell you that most of that is not real. It's content. It's clickbait. It's created so that you watch it and then you dream about being that person. Unfortunately, what happens is people end up overextending themselves, using credit cards, create debt to buy fancy things, using buy now, pay later to get stuff that they really don't need, but they want. And they really can't afford everything that they want. So that's a problem. And that's how people end up getting themselves trapped and being poor, rather than not being trapped and being successful. Same thing happens with housing. Now, housing is very expensive now, more expensive than it's ever been in the history of the United States. But people buy and rent housing that they can't afford. So they don't really understand their cash flow. And that's a big thing. Beginning to learn and understand your cash flow is vitally important so that you can get something that you can afford. So thinking about those things, being on time, being committed, being prepared, not being trapped into things that keep you poor, like buy now, pay later, and massive credit card debt, buying things that you don't need, figuring out in life, what do I need versus what do I want? So you need an automobile to get you to work every day, to get your kids to school, or to get yourself to the supermarket to buy food. So you need an automobile, but you want a Lamborghini. Well, guess what? You could get trapped in a car lease. Hey, this car lease is only $1,500 a month. Well, guess what? Your rent is $1,500 a month. Your food is $500 a month. That's $3,500. Let's do the math. You probably only make maybe $3,000 a month. Where are you getting all that money? Where's that extra money coming from? So you find yourself going deeper and deeper in debt. And before you know it, you're working hard, trying to earn more money so you could just make the minimum payments on those credit cards. And guess what? When you make the minimum payments on the credit cards, you never pay them off, because all you're doing is paying the interest. You're never paying the principal. And that's a problem. And that's how they keep you poor. By selling you this myth on Instagram of these lifestyles that are rich and famous, and then trapping you with credit card debt and buy now, pay later schemes. That's a major problem. And that's where a lot of people find themselves today, deep and deeper in debt. And that's why they say, I can't afford to have any of my money be saved and work for me in investments, because I can barely make it through the month. That's a situation that you've created for yourself and you can get yourself out of. It's simple. You just need to begin to learn about your cash flow and figure out how you can do it better. And you can watch the thousands of videos that are on YouTube or any other social media and learn about how to budget your money and what you can live on. The simplest one to understand is 75-15-10, where your take-home pay, you take 75% of it, and that's what you use to live on. That's the money that you can spend every month. 10% of it is what you save. You save it in your checking account. It's not going to make you any interest, but it's going to be there because your goal is to have 3 months of savings based on what 3 months of your bills might cost. So you always have that money there in case of an emergency or in case you get sick. You have 3 months of bills sitting there in savings. And then your other 15% is where you pay yourself. That's your investment portfolio. That's where you put your money into your brokerage account with Fidelity or Schwab or Vanguard. And you put that money to work for you. And you buy an S&P 500 index fund or a NASDAQ 100 index fund. And you let that money create a passive income stream for you. And it grows over time. 75% of your money is what you live on. Not 175% of your money. That's what most people do. They're living on credit card debt. They're living on buy now, pay later. They take out a car lease that they can't afford. They have a mortgage they can't afford. And now they're working for their mortgage. I'm working for my car. I'm working for my credit cards. You need to be conscious of those major errors that you could make in your life and conquer them because you're in charge. When you look at yourself this morning in the mirror, remember, you're great. You're powerful. The human mind is the greatest machine on earth. You can think yourself out of this. You can learn and do your research, become financially literate, and learn how to capture the American dream. Have a great day, guys. Take care.